or go to a women's shelter and they might need pillows for their, you know, and buy 3 pillows. You know, take that $10 and do the same.
Or somebody might just need to talk.
Right, and that's the thing. Think outside the box and think of different things.
You might just go there and let's say, make up a name. Let's say Janita wanted somebody to talk to, and she wanted a female to talk to, you know. Maybe she's got some issues, and maybe the reason why she's homeless is her boyfriend or her husband had been abusing her, and maybe she's not secure enough to go to the shelter mentally. Maybe they just can't handle it because, you know, sometimes in the shelter, other people cause conflict, and sometimes they steal. I hate to say it, but they steal from each other sometimes. I'm not saying that happens a lot, but sometimes. So somebody might just want to talk. You know, another thing is if somebody says to you, if you're walking down the street or driving, whatever, usually walking, somebody says, well, can you give me $5 to get something to eat or $1? You know, there is also that other option. Well, I'm not going to give you any cash money, but let's go to the local fast food place. Let's walk right here. And I have done that. I've actually gone and taken 1 or 2 people to like fast food place, got them some coffee or soda and something to eat. Because, I mean, there are different ways. But we need to know what your background is, how you became a minister or what have you, what's your college education, yada, yada, yada. And then we're going to get to where the Living Ministries really is, and being that you are legally a 501c3, right? Or maybe how they can participate, help, donate, whatever. But first, who are you? What got you interested? And what's your background?
Okay. My name's Charles Chapman.
I'm mean.
You don't make it easy, right?
I'm kind of mean son of a gun.
No, it's fun.
Right.
Charles Chapman, like Al said, I'm the executive director of Living Ministry. Living Ministry started in 2002 when we were actually college students at the University of Pittsburgh. We felt a call from God to come to Pittsburgh and just serve Him. We didn't know what that looked like. We didn't know how that would happen, but we just trusted God. And so I'm from Baltimore, and I came here to Pittsburgh, and following God and pursuing education, I went to get my degree in social work, and just started with other college students, going out to the streets, meeting the homeless, seeing where they were, and hearing their stories, like you said, just talking to people, you know, sharing the gospel, seeing what we could pray for, you know, seeing, you know, again, what are your issues? You know, we don't want to come here with our agenda.
Right.
What are you feeling? What are your needs? What have you done to meet those needs? How can we be a part of that?
So I guess now, what did you go to college for?
Social work.
Social work. Okay. And now, did you also have to go to a seminary or what?
I've not gone to seminary, so
you're not officially a minister then.
I'm not officially
but you know
a
a lot
pastor,
about the Bible,
preacher,
though.
right?
Now, do you have an actual minister there?
No, we don't. No, we don't have a.
But you know a lot about the boss, I imagine.
Right. Yeah, and we have a minister in our board.
Excuse me.
But no, I'm not an official ordained pastor or minister.
Have you thought about doing that?
I have thought about it, and I think there's pros and cons to it.
Right.
It's nice to kind of be on a lower level with the guys.
Right.
Having that kind of title, many times that'll draw a person further away. You know.
Really?
Yeah, it can, because you have that different, like, oh, he's educated, he's a little higher than me, I can't approach him, kind of thing. And so, there's pros and cons to it, but I think for right now, you know, it's not kind of where I'm headed.
So let me ask you this. How do people contact you in case they have referrals or they want to help? Maybe do you do volunteer? I mean, you have volunteers? Excuse me, I have a cough going on here. Sorry about that. That just came out of nowhere. Mamma mia.
Left field.
So it was actually right field, but we'll go there. We won't go there. So you do accept volunteers. And can you tell us, like, maybe the address and all that stuff? Because you are a nonprofit.
Right.
So it's not advertisement. So tell us a little bit about where you're at, how they get in touch with you, what are the hours, all that fun stuff.
Well, we we actually were homeless for a while. We didn't have an office.
Helping the homeless and being homeless.
That's right.
Oh, that ain't right.
Our own ministry didn't have any
Oh,
location
Mama Mia.
of our own.
Yeah.
But in 2006, we bought this rundown, abandoned house on the north side of Pittsburgh, and just spent 3 years renovating it.
Okay.
And kind of like the picture of what we desire for the men and women that we serve, right?
Okay.
Not just building new, but taking something that was and making it much better, right? And so we did that with the house, and so our address is 2536 Maple Avenue in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 15214.
Might want to say that again just because it takes a while. Slow it down a little
Right.
bit.
No,
People can't write that fast.
Right, no, they're like
Yo.
feverishly writing.
You might have noticed that one of my favorite comedians is Chris Rock.
Oh, yeah.
I know his old thing was when he would say, his old routine was saying, now that ain't right. I still kind of say that. I don't know what he says now. I haven't listened to him lately. I need to listen to Chris Rock. He's funny. I like Chris. He's a little bit dirty, but he's still funny.
A little bit, right.
He's
Well,
very
again,
dirty, but he's still funny.
That address is
But go ahead.
2536 Maple Avenue in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 15214.
Okay.
Okay, and then our phone number that you can contact us, actually my phone number directly is 412-302-1678.
All right, now tell us about some success stories. Actually, I'm not going to ask that question. I'm going to have Chris repeat what I just said.
Well, my question that I
Okay, well,
I
go and
had-
ask your question, and then I'll have him tell us the success stories. You're
the,
messing me up.
the questions that I had was being your nonprofit, and there's a lot of homeless programs out there, a lot of homeless shelters, and can you identify the programs that you've partnered with?
Absolutely, and that's something that's very big on our kind of values, is to collaborate with other ministries, right? So many ministries just kind of reinvent the wheel, right, by doing the same thing, as opposed to using the strengths of other ministries and kind of helping to enhance that. And so we partner with Light of Life, which is arguably the biggest homeless organization in Pittsburgh. We also partner with East End Cooperative Ministry in the East End of Pittsburgh. We partner with Northside Common Ministry. We've done things at Wellsprings, and that's Mercy Behavioral Health. Done things with Shepherd's Heart and Miriam's and Bethlehem Haven. Just about every organization that serves the homeless, we try to partner with. Again, not to come in and take over anything like that, but where are you meeting the needs? How are you doing those things well? How can we come and assist you in that if there's something that we can provide?
All right, and now tell us about some of the success stories and how you help people to overcome some of their obstacles. And have you had anybody that at one point was homeless who is no longer homeless? Oh, don't look at me, look at the camera. What are you looking at me for?
No,
I always
I'm
do
listening.
that.
I'm listening.
I know, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Right. Well, success is a funny word, right? I mean, we have different ideas of what success is.
Right.
Our desire, obviously, is that people who are without a home would have a home. And so there are many people that we serve that might come in one of the shelters, but then, through us helping them or through one of our partners kind of partnering with us, we're able to find them housing that they can maintain. And so we have multiple people like that. But also, we started a program in 2009 where it's kind of a 9-month intensive discipleship program where we sought to take people out of the shelter system and then put them into a community-style living arrangement where they would learn life skills and they would be discipled and they'd be able to kind of be transformed from the inside out completely, to where they wouldn't just, all right, now I know how to get a house and keep a house, but they would be able to sustain a sense of independent living. They would be reunited with their family. They would have work skills and have a sense of purpose in life. And so from that, we've had a person graduate and is doing very well now and is just, excelling and I would argue is a success, because they have, kind of, from us, we encourage and inspire people, right? Okay. We don't change people, but we help them to understand their potential And then once they do that, then they kind of run with it. And so we've had people like that as well. We've had people that had never talked to their kids, involved in their kids' lives, buying gifts for their kids,
That's pretty cool.
being a dad or a mom that they had never been before. We had people that could never get their GED and things like that, get their GEDs.
So you have a lot of success.
Absolutely. People getting jobs that
On
hadn't had
all
a job
levels.
for years. A lot of success. The Lord has
Well,
definitely blessed us.
that's something to think about. And again, those are obstacles that they overcame. So that's why this is all about obstacles, and they did overcome them. Chris, do you have any final question for?
You mentioned
Charles?
Wellsprings earlier, and that belonged to Wellsprings, where they have actually, there were people that were in the shelters, they were homeless, and again, to collaborate more, what you said is they helped them get their GEDs, and they're getting and they got jobs. In fact, there are 3 people that attend Wellsprings in the past. I don't know if they still attend there, but they now work at PNC Park.
That's pretty cool. Too bad they don't have a team to go with that. I'm sorry, Pirates. Listen, Pirates, one day soon, within 5 years, you will actually, this is a very bold prediction, within 5 years, you're going to actually have a winning season, and within 7 years, you're going to the playoffs.
They have a big obstacle, don't they?
They do have a big obstacle.
Yeah, their biggest obstacle is the owners don't want to put out the money, and they don't help the morale of the players. It's not that we have deficient players necessarily. That's more of a psychosomatic kind of a thing almost. We won't go into the Pirates, but Pirate owners, get on the ball and start treating your players with respect and get them inspired. And we want to see a World Series championship. And if you don't get us one within 10 years, you might find yourself out the door, or in this case, out the park. Kick them right out the park. Not the state, not the Pirates, but the Pirate owners. Wake up. Don't make me get my Sicilian face going. I know there's overcoming obstacles, but I'm still Sicilian here.
But one of the things that I can say is the Pirates do a lot of charity stuff. And
yeah, they let the other teams win. They do a lot of charity stuff.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I couldn't help that.
That was good.
But
It was, wasn't it? It's like, come and win. Come on, we'll just sit here and do this. Go ahead, back to
but they do a lot. Like people say, oh, the players they don't play good, but stuff like that. But when you look at outside the box, they do contribute to Pittsburgh by with the Pittsburgh Pirates charities, and they do a lot for a lot of organizations.
Well, no, in all seriousness, no, I'm not saying that the Pirates don't help, because they do help a lot of people. I'm not upset against the Pirate players. I'm upset with the owners with respect to, I think that when a person gets a job with the Pirates, a player, I think that they have already instilled in them, I'm going to a team that generally doesn't win, and that's not good for morale. So the owners need to do more for the fans and their players, because we have some very good players on the team, and yet very well with the charities, but start being more charitable towards your own players. Can't argue with that, right?
Right. But
You can, but we'll see.
But another thing is, we're saying about the Pirates with their stuff they
Yeah.
do with the charities, but also the Steelers, they do a lot of charity stuff too, and so does the Penguins. So you just don't want to just point out just the Pirates, but
Oh, I know, all the sports teams do.
right? So it's good to mention it, that why should I support the local sports teams? They don't do anything for me, but look at the agencies that they help.
Well, they may not be doing something directly for me, other than maybe taking money out of my pocket when I haven't. But they're doing something for a lot of other people. So that's a good thing. That is a very good thing, and I can applaud that. Now, getting down to the other business at hand. I'm wondering, Yuri, if you could give me kind of an idea of how many more minutes I have left, because we're going to go into a couple other